Previously on Milo and Zara's Forest Mysteries. Milo, the curious cat, and Zara, the kind butterfly, found themselves in the mysterious echo caves. They discovered that the echoes had suddenly vanished, leaving the caves eerily silent. With the help of a wise old bat who shared his knowledge about how echoes work, they managed to restore the missing sounds. The process was both enlightening and fun. Their success contributed to brightening another piece of the mysterious color crystal. Now, they're one step closer to unlocking the forest's secrets. And now, today's adventure begins. In the heart of the whispering forest, the trees that reach up high like giants were swaying gently in the morning breeze. Leaves murmured secrets to each other as the sun peeked through, casting a mosaic of light on the forest floor. Birds chirped excitedly, greeting the dawn with melodies that danced through the air. Streams babbled merrily over smooth stones, carrying stories downstream. Milo, ever the explorer, padded softly on the dewy grass. His whiskers twitched with curiosity as he inhaled the fresh morning scent. Zara fluttered close by, her wings shimmering with 1,000 tiny rainbows whenever a sunbeam glanced her way. Together, they made a perfect pair. Milo with his inquisitive nature and Zara with her gentle wisdom. "Did you hear that, Zara? The trees sound so whispery today," Milo said, his green eyes wide with wonder. Zara giggled, her delicate wings quivering with laughter. "That's why it's called the Whispering Forest, Milo. But yes, today feels extra special. Can you feel it?" Milo nodded, feeling a thrill in his little heart. Like an adventure waiting to happen, he purred. As they ventured deeper into the forest, a crisp rustle came from above. A squirrel scampered across a branch, pausing to chatter and wave its bushy tail at them. Milo and Zara waved back, their spirits lifted by the forest's vibrant life. The anticipation of a new mystery tingled in the air around them, as if the very earth hummed with secrets yet to be unveiled. What wonders would they uncover today? The whispering forest was alive with color and sound, a beautiful tapestry woven by nature itself. Sunlight trickled through the leaves, creating a dappled pattern on the ground, a perfect play of light and shadows. The scent of pine was sharp and fresh, mingled with the sweet aroma of wildflowers that dotted the landscape. As the breeze danced through the branches, it carried with it a melody known only to the forest's inhabitants. Milo, with his sleek fur and twitching whiskers, seemed to absorb every detail of his surroundings. His tail flicked back and forth as he walked, a sure sign of his excitement. Zara, bright and lively, flitted from flower to flower, her wings a dazzling display of pinks and purples. Her delicate form was a striking contrast to the sturdy trees and rugged terrain. "Look, Milo," Zara called out, pausing mid-flight to admire a patch of daisies swaying in the wind. "Aren't they lovely?" Milo stopped to sniff one of the flowers, the soft petals brushing against his nose. "They smell like sunshine," he remarked with a smile. "The forest is so full of surprises." The duo had come to know this forest like a second home. From the chattering creatures in the treetops to the whisper of leaves underfoot, every element danced in harmony. But today, their journey would lead them to the Glimmering Meadow, a special place where magic and mystery intertwined. The Glimmering Meadow lay just beyond a gentle hill, a wide open space kissed by sunlight. Its name came from the way the grasses sparkled under the sun, each blade catching the light like 1,000 tiny mirrors. Here, the sounds of the forest softened, offering a serene retreat for those in search of peace. But the meadow was not just a place of beauty. It held secrets of its own, waiting patiently for curious souls like Milo and Zara to uncover them. Today, as they approached the meadow's edge, something peculiar caught their attention. "Do you feel that?" asked Milo, his ears perked in alertness. Zara nodded, her antennae twitching. "Yes, something's different. The shadows, they're moving strangely." Indeed, the shadows were behaving oddly. They shifted and danced across the meadow, forming patterns that seemed to change with each passing moment. It was as if the sun itself was playing a game, creating a puzzle made of light and dark. "What do you think it means?" Milo pondered aloud, his eyes following the shadows dance. Zara alighted on a nearby flower, tilting her head thoughtfully. I think it's another mystery for us to solve. Are you ready, Milo? Milo grinned, his heart racing with anticipation. Always ready, Zara. Let's find out why these shadows are shifting. With determined steps, they ventured into the glimmering meadow, ready to unlock the secrets hidden in the play of light and dark. As Milo and Zara entered the glimmering meadow, the change in atmosphere was palpable. The grass here was lush and verdant, swaying gently in the breeze. The air was filled with the hum of bees and the sweet scent of clover. Birds flitted from tree to tree, their songs a gentle lullaby to those who stopped to listen. Yet, amidst this tranquility was the curious dance of shadows. The shadows elongated across the meadow, overlapping and intertwining in an intricate ballet. Each step Milo and Zara took seemed to shift the patterns again, confusing even the most familiar paths. Have you ever seen anything like this, Zara? Milo asked, his voice a mix of awe and puzzlement. Zara hovered beside him, her wings catching the light in a dazzling display. No, Milo. Shadows are usually so predictable. They change, yes, but never this way. As they watched, a small family of rabbits emerged from a nearby burrow, their noses twitching curiously. The rabbits hesitated, bewildered by the changes in their familiar paths now obscured by strange and shifting shadows. Milo padded over to the rabbits, crouching down to their level. "Hello there. Are you lost?" he asked kindly. One of the rabbits, a little one with a patchy gray coat, nodded. "We don't know which way to go. The shadows keep changing." Zara fluttered closer, offering reassurance with her gentle presence. "Don't worry, little ones. Milo and I will help you. Right, Milo?" "Absolutely," Milo agreed with a nod. "We'll figure this out together." The rabbits looked at Milo and Zara with hopeful eyes, their initial apprehension melting away. It was clear that solving the mystery of the shifting shadows was more than an adventure. It was a necessity to help their forest friends. "We'll start by observing," Zara suggested thoughtfully. "Let's see what the shadows are trying to tell us." Milo agreed, and together with Zara, they began to study the meadow, watching carefully as the sun moved across the sky. Zara fluttered high above, while Milo looked closely at the patterns on the ground. As they worked, Milo noticed something peculiar. "Zara, look. The shadows are longest when the sun is low, but when it's high, they shorten, and when it moves away, they lengthen again." Zara nodded, her mind whirring with new insights. It must be the angle of the sun causing these changes. But why is it so different today? The meadow's shadows continued their mysterious waltz, urging Milo and Zara to delve deeper into the forest's latest puzzle. They were not just solving a mystery, they were helping their friends find their way home. Their quest was only just beginning, and with each passing moment, the mystery seemed to deepen. What was causing the shadows to shift so strangely? And how could they use this knowledge to help the forest animals navigate safely? In their quest to unravel the shadow mystery, Milo and Zara decided to explore the meadow's boundaries. They ventured towards a copse of ancient oak trees, their thick trunks casting large, undulating shadows across the grass. As they walked, Zara's keen gaze picked out subtle shifts in the shadow's dance. Zara fluttered closer to one of the oaks, her wings barely making a sound. "Milo, come here. Look at how the shadows play around this tree," she called out, her voice a mix of excitement and wonder. Milo trotted over, his eyes scanning the shifting patterns. "It's like a puzzle, isn't it?" he mused, trying to make sense of the dancing shadows. The branches of the oak swayed gently, their leaves whispering secrets to those who would listen. Sunlight streamed through the gaps, painting the ground with an ever-changing mosaic. Zara watched intently, noting how the shadows lengthened and shortened with the sun's journey across the sky. "Zara, do you think the wind is part of this?" Milo asked, his curiosity piqued by the thought. Zara considered the idea, her eyes bright with inspiration. "It could be, Milo. The wind might be moving the branches, changing how the light falls. but there's more to it, I think. As they pondered, a small sunbeam danced on the forest floor, illuminating a patch of wildflowers. The flowers bobbed gently in the breeze, casting their own tiny shadows alongside the larger ones. "Look at that!" Milo exclaimed, his eyes wide with delight. "Even the flowers have shadows. I wonder if everything in the meadow makes its own shadow." Zara nodded, her antennae quivering with the realization. "Yes, everything does, Milo. The trees, the flowers, even you and me. Shadows are like reflections of everything the light touches." Milo thought about this, his mind racing with new ideas. Suddenly, a squirrel skittered down from the branches, its tiny feet barely making a sound as it approached them. "Hello, Milo, Zara," the squirrel greeted, its eyes bright with mischief. "Seems like you're playing with shadows today." Milo grinned, his excitement infectious. "We are! Have you noticed how the shadows have been shifting?" The squirrel nodded, its tail twitching in agreement. "Yes, it makes for an interesting game of hide-and-seek, but some of us have been getting a bit lost." Zara fluttered closer, her gentle presence comforting. "Don't worry, we'll figure it out. Maybe the answer is right here, where the light and shadow meet." The squirrels scampered off, leaving Milo and Zara to their thoughts. The more they observed, the more pieces of the puzzle they gathered. Shadows were more than just the absence of light. They were the stories light and objects told together. Energized by their first discoveries, Milo and Zara continued their exploration, determined to uncover the full story behind the meadow's shifting shadows. As the day wore on, Milo and Zara delved deeper into understanding the shadow's behavior. They moved to the center of the glimmering meadow, where the sun's light was most direct, and the shadows played across the grass like a living tapestry. But the more they observed, the more perplexing the shadows became. Milo sat back on his haunches, watching as the sun moved higher in the sky, causing the shadows to shrink. "Zara, look! The shadows are so different when the sun is right above us." Zara nodded, hovering just above the ground. "Yes, they're hardly there at all. But why do they come back longer later in the day?" She pondered this as she fluttered upwards to get a bird's-eye view, hoping a new perspective might help. From above, she saw the shadows shift like a giant sundial, marking the passage of time in patterns of light and dark. Just then, a sudden gust of wind swept across the meadow, causing the shadows to flicker and dance ever more erratically. Leaves rustled noisily, adding to the sense of chaos. Milo squinted against the wind, trying to make sense of the swirling patterns. "Zara!" he called, raising his voice over the sound of the wind. "I can't keep track of them." Zara attempted to steady her flight against the buffeting breeze. "It's the wind, Milo. The wind is making everything move." As the gust subsided, Zara coaxed Milo to join her in a small grove where the wind was less fierce. "Let's figure this out together," she said reassuringly. With the wind now calmer, they resumed their exploration. But complications arose when an unexpected cloud drifted across the sun, cloaking the meadow in shade. The sudden change sent the small animals of the forest into a flurry of activity, unsure of what the dimmed light meant. "Now the shadow's all gone!" Milo exclaimed, looking up at the gray sky. Zara landed beside him, thinking hard. "The light's blocked, Milo, that's why. Without light, shadows hide." Milo nodded slowly, realizing that the puzzle was more complex than he'd first imagined. Yet, he was undeterred. "We need to keep watching, Zara. The answer is here somewhere. I just know it." Zara agreed, her wings twitching with determination. "Let's wait it out and see what changes when the sun comes back." They waited patiently, observing every change and shift. As the cloud finally moved past, the sunlight returned in full force, re-illuminating the meadow and its myriad of shadows. In this brief moment of clarity, Milo and Zara both exclaimed together, "The sun makes shadows change, and so does the wind." Their jubilant realization was met with a chorus of agreement from nearby animals, who had also been watching the spectacle unfold. Call and response echoed through the meadow. "What changes shadows? The sun and the wind. Why do shadows move, the sun and the wind? With each response, the truth became clearer to all, drawing them closer to solving the meadow's mystery. Having discovered the roles of the sun and wind, Milo and Zara embarked on a deeper exploration of shadows and light. They knew understanding these elements was key to solving the meadow's puzzle. As they moved through the grass, Zara began to explain what she had learned. Milo, shadows are created because objects block the light, Zara said, her wings fluttering with excitement. When the sun shines, everything casts a shadow, even you and me. Milo nodded, his curiosity still burning brightly. So when the sun is low, the shadows are long, and when it's high, they're short. Exactly, Zara confirmed, her antennae bobbing. And when something changes the light, like clouds or the wind moving the trees, the shadows change too. To demonstrate, Zara fluttered to a sunny spot and pointed to her own shadow on the ground. See? My shadow changes when I move or when more light hits me. Milo tried it himself, jumping into the sunbeam beside Zara, his shadow mimicking his every move. Look, mine moves too, he exclaimed, delighted by the discovery. Zara continued, encouraging Milo's exploration. When you move, your shadow moves. When the sun moves, all shadows change direction. As they played with their shadows, the concept of light and shadow became clearer. Zara decided to reinforce the lesson with examples. Think about morning, Milo, she began. When the sun rises, it's low in the sky. Shadows are long because the light angle is steep. Milo nodded as he recalled their early morning in the whispering forest. I remember. Our shadows made us look tall. Yes, Zara agreed. And at noon the sun is right above us. Shadows are short because the light comes straight down. Milo thought back to their time in the meadow under the midday sun. That's why the shadows almost disappeared earlier. Exactly. And in the evening the sun sets and shadows grow long again. Zara concluded, summarizing the full cycle. Their understanding deepened with each observation, and Zara reinforced the key idea. Shadows form when objects block light, and they change as the light angle does. Milo felt the pieces of the puzzle coming together, each insight leading them closer to a solution. Milo and Zara shared their findings with the forest inhabitants, who gathered eagerly to learn. Together, they observed how trees and flowers cast long shadows in the afternoon light, adjusting their paths accordingly. With each explanation, Milo and Zara grew more confident. The mystery of the shifting shadows was no longer a puzzle, but a story written by the sun and the objects it illuminated. Through patience and careful observation, they had solved the mystery. Now, it was time to share their insights and bring understanding to the glimmering meadow and its confused creatures. With a clearer understanding of shadows and their behavior, Milo and Zara were nearly ready to solve the mystery of the shifting shadows. They gathered once again at the heart of the glimmering meadow, where the sun's rays bathed everything in golden light. Milo looked around at the gathered forest creatures, rabbits, birds, squirrels, and even a few deer, all curious about the day's revelations. Okay, everyone, he began, his voice carrying across the meadow. Zara and I have figured out what makes the shadows change. Zara fluttered beside him, her wings shimmering in the sunlight. It all has to do with how the light shines. When the sun is low, shadows grow long. When it's high, shadows shrink. And when something blocks the light, the shadow changes too. The animals nodded in understanding, their eyes bright with newfound knowledge. Milo felt a warm sense of accomplishment as he saw the confusion lift from their faces. But there's still one thing we haven't figured out, Zara, Milo said thoughtfully. Why are the shadows moving more today than usual? Zara pondered this question, her mind racing through what they had learned. I think it's because of the wind. It's stronger today, making everything sway more. As they spoke, a gentle breeze ruffled the grass, causing shadows to flicker and dance once again. Zara watched the movement, her antennae twitching with the rhythm of the wind. Milo turned to the group of animals and posed a question. Why do shadows move, everyone? The animals responded in unison, their voices ringing with certainty. "The sun and the wind!" "That's right!" Milo exclaimed, his excitement mirrored by Zara's joyous flutter. With renewed vigor, they explained how the movement of the wind and the position of the sun combined to create the ever-changing patterns. The forest creatures listened attentively, eager to understand. Zara added, "When the branches sway or the grass moves, it changes how the light hits the ground. That's why the shadows seem to shift more on windy days like today." The realization came as a revelation to all, shedding light on the mystery that had puzzled them. Call and response filled the air in celebration. What makes shadows change more today? The strong wind. And what else moves the shadows? The sun's light. With each call and response, their understanding deepened, marking the near end of their journey. Excitement bubbled among the meadow's inhabitants as they prepared to share their newfound knowledge with others. Milo and Zara felt the thrill of discovery, knowing they were on the brink of solving the entire puzzle. The shadows of the glimmering meadow were no longer a mystery, but a beautiful dance of nature's forces working together. Milo and Zara gathered all their forest friends around for a celebratory song designed to teach and reinforce their newfound understanding of shadows, light, and wind. Together, they sang joyously, their voices blending in harmony with the rustle of leaves and the gentle hum of the meadow. Verse 1. When the sun climbs high in the sky, shadows shrink and hide, oh my, but as it sets, low and wide, long shadows stretch and glide. Light and shadows dance today. The sun and wind make shadows play. Look around, see how they change. In sun and wind they rearrange. Verse 2. When the wind blows through the trees, shadows dance with every breeze. The branches sway, the leaves all shake. New patterns every movement they make. Light and shadows dance today. The sun and wind make shadows play. Look around, see how they change. In sun and wind they rearrange. Verse 3. Every flower, every tree casts a shadow, come and see. In the morning and at noon, shadows play a different tune. Light and shadows dance today. The sun and wind make shadows play. Look around, see how they change. In sun and wind they rearrange. The joyous song echoed across the meadow, a melody celebrating the unity between nature's elements. Milo, Zara, and their forest friends sang with hearts full of happiness, knowing they had uncovered the secrets of the shifting shadows. The song was a joyful reminder of the lesson they had learned, repeated as the chorus carried their understanding forward, cementing it in memory. Together, they sang of light and shadows, of sun and wind, delighting in the new knowledge they shared. As their song of discovery filled the air, Milo and Zara felt the joy of triumph enveloping the glimmering meadow. They had unraveled the enigma of the shadows, exploring the delicate dance between light and wind. With their collective knowledge shared, the animals of the meadow began to venture confidently through the sunlit expanse. The rabbits no longer hesitated at the meadow's edge, and the birds flitted freely, understanding the day's rhythms. "Look, Zara!" Milo exclaimed, gesturing to the ground. "The sun's angle is just right. The shadows are making shapes like a map." Zara fluttered to his side, her eyes wide with wonder. "You're right, Milo. It's like they're pointing somewhere." Indeed, as the sun dipped towards the horizon, the elongated shadows cast a pattern that resembled a map leading towards the far side of the meadow. The shapes seemed to form a path, guiding them in a direction they hadn't noticed before. Milo, ever curious, suggested they follow the shadow map. "Maybe it leads to another part of the forest. What do you think, Zara?" Zara flitted ahead, her excitement palpable. "Let's find out! Our adventure isn't over yet." Together, they followed the shadowy path, their forest friends trailing behind, eager to see where it led. The map guided them to an area they had rarely visited, where the meadow gave way to a gentle slope and a lush valley beyond. As they crested the hill, they looked down to see a stunning vista laid out before them. It was the Forgotten Valley. a place of legend and mystery within the forest that many animals spoke of but few had seen. The valley was filled with vibrant colors, its abundant flora imbued with hues that defied description. Birds of every kind flitted between flowering trees, their plumage as colorful as the blossoms they visited. In the center of this miraculous place was a glistening stream, its waters sparkling like liquid crystal under the setting sun. It was a magical scene that took their breath away. "Wow, it's beautiful," Milo whispered, his voice filled with awe. Zara agreed, her wings shimmering in the golden light. "It certainly is. And look, Milo, the shadows here form a circle, pointing to the center of the valley." Everyone gathered at the spot where the shadows converged, forming a circle on the soft grass. It was a place of gathering, of stories to be told and mysteries to be unraveled. As they stood together, the setting sun painted the sky in shades of orange and pink, casting long, gentle shadows across the valley. The animals felt a deep sense of peace and unity, their hearts warm with the spirit of friendship and shared discovery. Milo and Zara had not only solved the mystery of the glimmering meadow's shifting shadows, but they had also discovered a hidden gem of the forest, a place that promised new adventures and more mysteries to solve. With light in their hearts and shadows at their feet, the friends celebrated their success, eager for the adventures yet to come. As the sun set over the beautiful Forgotten Valley, Milo and Zara gathered their forest friends once more to reflect on the day's lessons. Together, they celebrated the knowledge they had gained and the wonder they had shared. "Today, we learned about shadows," Milo began, his voice carrying across the meadow. "Shadows are formed when something blocks the light. The sun and wind make them move." Zara added, her gentle voice full of wisdom. "We discovered that light and shadow tell a story together. When the sun is high, shadows are short. When it's low, they're long." The animals nodded, their eyes bright with understanding. The lessons of the day had been woven into their memories, ensuring they'd never lose their way again. "And we learned that patience and observation are our greatest tools," Milo continued. "By watching and waiting, we solved the mystery of the shifting shadows." The forest friends cheered, their voices ringing with joy. The lesson had been learned in many ways, through play, song, and shared discovery. Zara fluttered above, a smile on her face as she looked down at the gathered group. "We couldn't have done it without you all. Together, we make this forest a brighter place." Their celebration was joyous, a gathering of hearts that danced with understanding and friendship. The sun's final rays bathed them in warmth, a fitting end to their adventure. The discovery of the Forgotten Valley added to the day's excitement, promising new mysteries to uncover in the future. Milo and Zara had led their friends to new knowledge and new places, showing that when they worked together, anything was possible. The animals shared stories and laughter, their spirits intertwined with the shadows that now rested peacefully under the soft glow of twilight. As the day drew to a close, the forest resounded with a shared promise to continue exploring, learning, and adventuring together wherever the light and shadows might lead them next. As the stars began to twinkle above, Milo and Zara gathered their friends for a final goodbye. The day's adventure had been filled with discovery, learning, and joy, a testament to the power of curiosity and friendship. "Thank you all for joining us today," Milo said warmly, his eyes reflecting the glimmer of the stars. "We've learned so much about shadows and light, and we've discovered a beautiful new place in our forest." Zara fluttered beside him, her wings alight with gentle hues. "Remember, every shadow has a story, and every adventure brings us closer together. Always stay curious and kind, like today." Milo waved a paw, inviting everyone to continue exploring. There are always more mysteries to solve and friends to help. Let's keep our eyes and hearts open. Before they headed home, Milo turned to their viewers, a twinkle of curiosity in his eyes. "And what mysteries have you discovered lately? We would love to hear your stories. Remember to share and explore. Who knows what you might find?" Zara chimed in, her voice soft and inviting. If you enjoyed our adventure, be sure to join us next time for more fun. Don't forget to ask questions and stay curious. With a final wave, Milo and Zara bid farewell, surrounded by the warmth of friendship and the glow of new knowledge. Until next time, keep exploring and learning. The forest is full of wonders waiting for you. As they departed, the stars above twinkled in agreement, promising more adventures and mysteries to unfold with the dawn of a new day. Next time on Milo and Zara's Forest Mysteries, as the shadows settle, a new mysterious pattern is revealed on the ground, pointing to the Forgotten Valley. What secrets will they uncover in this unexplored part of the forest? Join us to find out. See you next time.